Deondre 7 here, and today we are doing a different type of reactions. So there's this channel called Llama Art, and they do like little animations based off of these stories that are narrated by another YouTuber known as Mr. Nightmare. And I've always wanted to react to some of their videos, or sort of watch some of their videos on my own, because I've seen a couple YouTubers react to these videos, like Mess Yourself and Corey Kenshin. Shout out to those two, by the way. They're amazing channels. I say I need to stop doing that. But I do want to like expose their channel a bit more. Even though they have like 1 million subscribers, they deserve more than that. All right, so I'm gonna react to not one video, but not two, but three. So yeah, the first story we're gonna be reacting to is two disturbing horror stories. So technically I'm reacting to 4 videos for y'all. This is to make up for all the videos that I've missed in the past. Again, I know I've said that I was going to make more videos. I said I was going to make more content, like, basically every single day unless I was busy. But honestly, I was kind of slacking. So, this is to make up for that. So, without further ado, let's react. You already know.
Over the weekend, about 15 coworkers and myself had our company trip to the Stanley Hotel in Estes Park, known for being Stephen King's inspiration for The Shining. We took an 8 p.m. ghost tour where we joined about 15 other people to get guided around the property and told stories about its history and creepy things that are said to have happened. We were told to take a lot of pictures, I'm sure, to try and capture orbs or ghosts. Many green orbs were caught in pictures, but I don't think anything is as creepy as this photo taken by my coworker. A little girl in a hot pink dress who was definitely not on our tour.
What the
heck? And apparently, years ago, a young girl who was 12 to 13 by the name of Lucy was squatting in the basement of the concert hall, which is where this photo was taken. And she was discovered upon plans to begin some construction. She was forced to leave, and the night got below freezing. So she froze to death. Everyone on my tour has vouched that this girl was not on our tour. I mean, who wouldn't remember someone wearing hot pink? The man pictured is our tour guide. No one would have been in front of him. I am convinced that this is the ghost of Lucy. Just one more added note, though I doubt anyone would believe me. But there was only one time throughout the tour where I felt any strange energy or feeling. And it was right there, headed down to the basement of the concert hall.
I wouldn't go down to that basement. Oh, that was it? I guess the next horror story is a bit longer.
This happened a few weeks ago when I was walking home from school, excited that my freshman year was coming to an end. It was a Tuesday night when I was turning in my last essay for history. I left it to the last minute, and the teacher actually made me complete it before I could go home. I hated my teacher for that.
That's messed up.
Around 8 p.m., I had finished that goddamn essay and was walking home. The rain had stopped, and there was a beautiful sunset. Suddenly, I noticed something. There was a red 2016 Toyota Camry right behind me. I got goosebumps thinking it was following me.
It was following you.
I didn't look back and started walking in my apartment's direction. I wanted to go to a busy road to feel safer.
Oh my gosh.
Just then, the car sped up, stopping right next to me.
Oh no.
A middle-aged man asked me where I was headed and suggested to drop me off. I said no thanks, but the man wouldn't leave and insisted.
Look, the dude got
I wanted to tell the man to just fuck off, but I took off running instead. I heard a loud noise and at the same time felt something I can only describe as a sharp vibration hitting my flesh.
They shot him?
I fell to the ground not knowing what happened. Out of adrenaline, I was about to get up and run again as I felt a heavy arm grab me by the mouth. Then the pain set in. I realized that I was shot. There was another man next to him that searched my pockets. He grabbed my phone and threw it on the ground as he tied my legs and taped my mouth. They quickly put me into the trunk of their car and then started driving. I could feel
that's
that
one of
we
my
were going
biggest
very
fears. Like
fast,
one day I'm
and
like
sure
walking
that
home
we
from my
hadn't
bus
stopped
stop.
at all for a good 30
Next thing you
minutes.
know, I'm freaking.
I was feeling my blood soaking into my shirt.
Next thing you know,
which
I'm
scared
like
me the
kidnapped
most.
by some random
I was
person.
certain that I was going to die. I was thinking
not
about
really a
my
fear, but
parents
it's like
and
a
what they would
paranoia
feel
of
when they
mine.
heard that I was missing. Then the car came to a stop. By some miracle, I heard a police officer asking for IDs and driver's
thank God.
licenses. I wanted to yell for help, but nothing came out. Just then, I heard 3 to 4 gunshots. I heard another cop yelling,
Man
Oh!
down! Man down! Shots fired!
They shot him!
I was begging the cop to find me. Then I heard the cop searching the car. I was feeling joy as my
Come on,
pain
go.
was growing worse. Seconds felt like
Go.
hours. The officer then opened the car's
thank God.
trunk and suddenly started firing at me out of a fight or flight response. Thankfully, the bullets missed. The officer quickly caught up to the fact that I was kidnapped
thank God
and
he didn't.
injured.
I'm
He
so
called
glad
for
he didn't
backup
actually shoot
immediately,
him.
and it arrived in minutes. They placed the injured officer
Dang,
onto
he just
a
shot
gurney
at him
and drove
out of
off
a
in an
flight or
ambulance.
fight instinct.
Finally, when the scene was safe,
Wow.
they called another ambulance for me. I woke up in the hospital. The news media was everywhere. I was fine after a few days, but later learned that the officer that was shot didn't make
Rest
it.
in peace.
I don't know if those men are still alive
Hopefully not.
or rotting away in a prison for killing an officer. I don't want to know what would have happened if those officers hadn't stopped the car.
I don't want to know either. Yo. Heck to no. Yo, can you just imagine, like, you're just walking home from school, and then all of a sudden, like, a car comes up to you, and, like, they're like, hey, where are you heading? We can drop you off. And then they're like, and then you're just over here like, no. So you run off, and then all of a sudden, you feel like a sharp pain realizing you just got shot or stabbed or whatever. And then they kidnap you, and like cops don't find you or anything, and you're over here thinking like today is your last day. Like, that's the most terrifying thing I could ever imagine for a kid that age. I mean, he was only a freshman. Like, come on, that's crazy, yo. And if this is a true story, rest in peace to that officer. Rest in peace to that officer that died. If this is a true story, that is. Alright, guys, we have another story. It's called A Bus Stop Horror Animated. So, you guys know the stick. It's, again, by Llama Arts. By the way, I forgot to mention, I will leave links to the original videos in the description down below, so you guys can go check out their videos. So, don't worry about that. Hopefully this isn't what I think it's gonna be, but hey, you never know until you watch it. So without further ado, let's react. A bus stop horror story.
This
I don't like
happened
the
when I was
ambient
17
noise.
years old.
17. I'm 17.
Times a
No.
week and ride the bus home.
This makes it
It was a
worse.
Sunday and I had just missed my bus, so I had to wait longer for
And I
another
ride the
one.
bus to school.
I would have called my parents, but they were out for the evening, and taxis charged more, so I decided to sit and wait in the bus shelter.
Okay.
It was a cold night, and snow
I mean,
had
why
just
don't you
started
just,
peppering the ground.
walk home like
My
a normal
bus was
person.
taking longer than usual, so I got my phone out and listened to some music.
Damn, my jaw hurts.
Almost an hour had passed. It was freezing and I hadn't seen anyone at all. That was until I noticed something out of the corner of my eye. It was a creepy guy dressed in thick layers of clothing, walking slowly towards me. I knew staring at him would draw more attention, so I just focused on my phone.
See, if I
He
saw
sat
him
down
walking
at the
towards
other
me,
end of the
I'm
shelter and just
bolting.
stared at me.
Look, he got like
There
a
was
little
something
cast on
off
his
about him.
fingers.
He seemed like he was either drunk or
Oh,
on drugs.
he is definitely on something.
He then asked,
What does the bus do?
I took out my earphones and said,
I think it's delayed.
What does the
because of
bus
snow.
do? What?
He stared at me for a while, then started mumbling to himself.
The heck?
He was really starting to creep me out, so I pretended to be on my phone.
Yeah, just
after a couple of minutes,
that's what I do on a
took
regular
another look.
basis, so I look
He
cool.
moved closer to me.
I'm joking.
I looked away for
I
a
have
second,
friends.
then heard the sound of him sliding even closer. I turned to him and said,
You okay there?
He stared at me with glossy eyes, lifted his arm and leaned towards me. Immediately, I grabbed my bag and ran as he fell to the ground. I ran down the road, trying my hardest
I knew it was
not
gonna
to
go
look
this
back.
direction.
I
Some guy
kept
gonna
going
try and
until I
kidnap him.
got to the next bus stop.
Nope.
I turned around to check to see if he was there. He was gone, so I went to sit down.
Just walk
He
home.
relieved. I rested my head on the back of the glass and waited for the bus.
You went to sleep? My boy went to sleep. Oh no.
I jolted and turned around to see the same guy staring at me through the
my.
glass.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Then he started walking around the shelter towards me.
I'm warning you, stay back.
I yelled in panic as I was backing up. I wanted to run, but I left my bag in the shelter and I
Look at
couldn't
him!
leave without it. Suddenly, the man leaped at me and I quickly moved out of the way. He fell to the ground face first. I froze in shock, then noticed the blood coming from his face.
How fragile is
I
my
tried
boy?
to get a response out of him, but nothing worked. I called the police and paramedics and they arrived shortly after.
From that little fall, he
I
starts
told them
bleeding?
what had happened, and they told me that the guy was on prescription drugs. They found a photo in his wallet of him and his son.
Oh
The boy
no.
looked just like me, so we assumed he thought I was him. I later learned that he had lost his son in a custody battle and went off the rails.
Oh.
He was taken away for treatment. That was the last I
He's
saw
not
of him.
bad, he just
I got my
wanted his
driver's
son
license
back.
shortly after, and have never been on a bus since.
Did y'all see that in the background? I know y'all saw that in the background. Yo, that's crazy, like. So the whole time he wasn't, I was assuming like he was like some, I thought he was like some drug, like he was like a drug addict or like some sort of like, you know, pedophile or like murder or something. No. He was just he was just a regular guy trying to get his son back. Like, he lost his son in the custody battle, and he saw that this kid looked like his son, so all he wanted was his son back. He didn't mean any harm. It was just an honest mistake. But I mean, why would you try to like, you know, why would you try to kidnap your son back? Like, that's going too far, my boy. That's crazy. Let's go on to the next story. Alright guys, this last story is called A Creepy Christmas Time Story, animated. Again by Llama Arts. Link will be in the description down below. But, also link to their channel will be down below if you guys want to subscribe. I'm not sure where this video is headed. Because I saw the thumbnail and I'm not feeling that, but let's see the direction this takes us. Let's react. A Creepy Christmas Time Story.
It was November of 2006.
November.
I was a 16-year-old kid living in the town of Altoona, Iowa.
I thought
I
this
went
was
to bed
December.
early
It's
one
Christmas.
night because
Come
I had
on.
to work the early shift at McDonald's. As I slept, I had a dream that I was running through downtown Des Moines, but I wasn't on a jog. I was running from something.
What the heck?
As I ran around the corner of a building, I came face to face with my pursuer. A tall man wearing a trench coat and a top hat stood in front of me.
Ooh,
The only thing
that's
visible of his
creepy.
face was his eyes.
I
They
don't
were
like
abnormally large with black pupils,
I don't like
and
it.
it looked at me as if it wanted something. After what felt like
It's the
hours,
fact that
he reached out his bony hand, as if he wanted me
it's
to
like
go
an
with him.
ominous goblin thing.
I
Don't
woke
go
up
to
violently from
Yes,
my dream.
wake up.
And after catching my breath, I peered around my room to see if I was safe.
Oh gosh.
As I stood up from my bed, I noticed that I could see my breath.
What the?
Feeling confused, I checked my
The
window.
window's open?
It was latched shut.
Oh,
I then walked over and checked my vent.
okay.
I could still feel warm air coming from it. As I sat
What's
back
going
down
on?
on my bed, I tried to figure out
It's a
what
dream.
exactly was going
He's
on.
having another dream.
That's when the figure from my dream appeared at the foot of my bed.
Oh my!
I scrambled back to my headboard.
What do you want?
I asked, trying
Look
to
at
hide
it!
the shakiness in my voice. With the same bony finger,
No!
it pointed at me. Growing up in a religious home, I believed what I was looking at was a demon.
That is a
I
demon.
told the creature to leave. It just waved its finger at me, and with a low voice, it spoke to me.
Never leave. Always here.
The creature then screamed loudly and disappeared.
Ooh!
A feeling of nausea came over me, and I vomited on my floor. The last thing I remember was cleaning myself up and waking up to my alarm. It's been about a month
Oh
since
my
I had seen the
gosh.
top hat wearing man in my bedroom. The Christmas season was in full effect. My parents weren't home because they got invited to some
Okay,
kind
so
of
this is the
event,
Christmas
so
part.
it was only me and my 3 sisters at home. I had to wake up early in the morning for work, so I decided to go to sleep. I rested my head
I
on
don't
my
like that
pillow
eerie
and closed my eyes.
dun,
Not even 30
I
seconds
don't like
passed
that.
until my sisters burst into my room and started singing obnoxious songs.
Bro.
This of course made me very angry, but I thought if I ignored them that they would leave me alone. This was not the case. As I pulled the blankets over
Why
my
is one
head,
sister blonde?
I started to feel the same cold feeling that I had in November. As the obnoxious
Excuse
singing
me?
subsided, I lowered the blanket below my eyes
demon trapped
and
him.
saw the man standing in the corner of
No!
my room. In one swift motion, he charged towards me.
Oh my gosh!
When I finally came to, I found that my sisters had locked themselves inside the bathroom. As I knocked on the door, they told me to go away. I asked them what happened, and all they could say was Mom and Dad were on their way home.
Why is
I
he
looked
bleeding?
down and saw that my hand was slightly bloody. Holes were in the bathroom door, and a broom was sticking out of the wall. I then walked into the living room and
There's a
found
knife?
that there were
What?
knives stuck into the wall as well.
Oh
The
no,
same
what's with the
wave
Christmas
of
tree?
nausea passed over me, just like in November, and I threw up again.
Oh no.
As I was cleaning up, my parents walked through the door. My father immediately walked over to me and gave me a good beating, and he
Oh,
sent me to my room.
but he...
I went to bed crying, not from the beating. I was crying because of the confusion. I had no idea what
Yeah,
was
I'd
going
be
on.
confused too.
The next morning, my sisters reluctantly sat next to me and told me what had happened. They said I got angry and chased them down and tried to hurt them.
What?
They said my eyes were red to the point where they thought I was bleeding from them.
What?
They said I sounded like a different person. In 2011, that was the last time I saw the top hat wearing man. I just moved
That's
into a new apartment,
crazy.
and after a long, stressful day of unpacking, I took a shower and got ready for bed.
No.
As I started to drift off, I could feel that cold feeling again. I lifted my head and saw the man standing
Oh
in front
my...
of me.
He has blood red eyes!
The man's eyes were red now. With a low voice, just like on that November night, it looked at me and said,
Never leave. Always here.
So... he got possessed. Yo. Oh my gosh. Yo, that's crazy. So I'm over here thinking like it's like okay, so I was thinking it was gonna be like some demon thing, right? I was thinking it was like an intruder in the house, like it was like his dream warning him about an upcoming event that's gonna happen to him. But no. A demon legit went into his dreams, possessed him, and almost killed his sisters. So that explains the blood from his hands. I thought he was having another dream. I feel bad for him. Like his dad beat him, but he had no control of it. He just, wow. Man, I'm sorry. That's just crazy. Like, To think that, you're just chilling, you're trying to go to sleep. Next thing you know, a demon like possesses you, and then you like nearly kill someone. And then you wake up out of like your little trance or possession or whatever, and you're just looking around like, what happened? Like, what did I do? I'm sorry, that's just wild. Anyway, guys, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys leave a like, and make sure you comment down below if you want me to do more reactions like this. It's actually really fun doing some of these reactions again, like these kind of like scary story things. I was always interested in llama arts, and I always wanted to make a video about them one day. Make sure you guys comment down below. Wait, no, don't comment down below. Make sure you get... Ow, that hurt. Make sure you guys click the links down below if you guys want to check out the original videos for yourselves without my commentary, and make sure you guys subscribe to Llama Arts because this channel's amazing. Make sure you guys subscribe if you guys want more videos like this. I also make gaming videos, vlog videos, reactions, skits, basically everything on this channel. And make sure you guys follow me on Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter. I said that out of order. It's Facebook, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. There you go. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. Link to those accounts will be down below, so you guys can go follow me, and you guys get to know like whenever I upload and stuff like that. So I'll see you guys next time. Hope you guys have a good day. Love you all. Deondre 7 out.
I don't get ready, I stay ready, cause the consequences is heavy. My man D said he would never quit, even though the thing's heavy. We push like a 7-7 Chevy, boys ready. My whole clique since 06 was on the bottom, now we running this. Grind hard when the load gets heavy. The money was slow, but now it's steady. You boys is not ready.